What's up?
What's up? This is episode 6 of the No Homo podcast with Jonathan and Tom. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Tom.
We are recording on Monday, July 28th. I have the honor of starting us off today because we're going to change things up a little bit. Well, why don't you explain why we're going to change things up, Tom?
Yeah, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about what's going on in Gaza. I know we've already talked about that on this podcast. I'm very aware of the fact that topic is probably not why people are tuning into this podcast. And I feel like it's important that there's just stuff I want to get off my chest. I feel like we have a platform. Yep. It's not much of a platform. Thank you to our
but it exists,
X number of listeners that are out there. But I think...
Here's the way that I look at this too, is that in the future, all of this stuff is going to be forever, right? Everything we're doing here is going to be forever. And so I at least want to be on the side of people who are saying something with any of this stuff. So this is our chance to say something about it.
Sure. Yeah. I wanted to say this now because, you know, I know we try to be funny in this podcast. I don't yet know if we're successful, but I don't want to talk about Carrie and Aiden's breakup and then go from that into Gaza.
Yeah. So we're going to do Gaza and then talk about Carrie and Aiden's breakup.
That's right. That's right. I feel like it's important to get this shit out of the way. It's the most important thing. I also want to say, I don't really care if people stop listening to the podcast because of this. If bringing this up really bothers you that much, fuck off. Don't listen to this anymore. Goodbye. Thank you.
I don't think we have to start. I think we can trust that they'll listen or they can fuck off.
I don't actually care. I also feel the same way about people in my life at this point. If what I'm about to say is a problem, I would like you to let me know that so we can move on with our lives separately. I feel really terrified right now. I feel like what is happening right now is a great unfathomable horror, and I don't understand what the world is doing, and I think it's time. I think silence is scaring people. Silence is scaring me. The silence from people in my life, from friends and from family, is fucking scary. I think I used to be, I'm not someone who really loves when people get political on social media. And it tends to be, we all know we have these people in our lives. It tends to be the same people posting shit day after day after day. And that's all they post. They're social justice warriors online. It's usually bullshit. I think it's usually bullshit. No one's paying attention to you online, but I think now more than ever, now is the time where you need to post this shit. You need to, people need to speak up. I think it's time that people say how they're feeling about this. I think those of us that are scared, those of us that are terrified about what's happening, those of us that can't make sense of what's happening, we want to know that you feel the same way too, because the silence is fucking deafening. And what people are choosing to prioritize in their lives right now is also so fucking revealing. And I, for one, just need a bone. I need my friends to throw me a bone. I need my family to throw me a bone. I need the world to start being loud. If you have any sort of a platform, now is the time to use it. If you have ever thought about calling your representative, now is the time to fucking call your representative. If you have ever thought about taking a stance over something, now is the time to do it, because millions of people are starving, and this is the end of the rope right now. We have to do something. This weekend I called my representatives. It is not hard to do. If you've never done it before, literally Google how to call my representatives. A million options will come up that will talk you through it. I called Schumer's office. I left a message for him. I called Gillibrand's office. I left a message for her. I wasn't able to leave a message for my House Rep, Nydia Neles. I don't even know her last name. Neles. Her voicemail was full. She really needs to work on that, ma'am. You need to work on that. You're a representative of the House of Congress, and I need to be able to leave you a message when millions of people are starving to death. So please fix your voicemail. You can believe Israel has a right to exist and believe that this is wrong. Those two things are not incongruous. If you are ever someone who has believed, uttered the phrase never again, or heard that phrase uttered and felt it in your heart, never again it's happening again. So now is the time. I feel like we need American Jews to speak up more than any other time. We need American Jews who feel like this is wrong to speak up, to let it be heard. That is a powerful message that we need to hear. and that's what I want to say about it. My heart is breaking. I'm terrified. Little things like eating dessert, eating a bowl of ice cream feels so fucking incongruous right now. Going to a party feels insane right now. I know we have to live our lives. I know that we all have earned the right to try and find happiness however we have. I'm cool. I get that. I agree with that. But we all, like, what the fuck are we all doing? That's what I want to get off my chest.
I think that, and you're not wrong. Of course, you're not wrong. Of course, that is true. I think that when you talked about calling representatives, that's a great thing. I certainly feel like it is insurmountable. Like, I don't even know how to do anything. And I feel often like, to be honest, calling representatives is bullshit. Chuck Schumer fucking shilled out to Trump. Like, I don't even want to, it feels so defeated already, but you do have to nut up and get past that. Like, that's I mean, it's like, it's something my parents said to me. It's something that I say, but I don't always really believe, which is that they work for us. They represent us. We elected them. They are our employees. 100%. We pay their salaries. We put them in office. We decide when they come out of office. So they work for us. And it feels like a dumb thing to do. It feels like it doesn't make a difference. It feels silly, but it's the only way to do. That is what we have. That's the weapon we have, is to decide whether or not they stay in office and to let them know if they're going to or not stay in office. So yeah, thank you for bringing that part up. And yeah, it feels sometimes like, how do you even do it? It's easy. You Google. Honestly, that's not facetious. You can Google, call my representative. I live in blah, 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 and it'll give you the number.
Yeah.
And like, I have a platform on social media too, and this is one that I've stayed away from because I am married to a Jewish woman. There's a lot of excuses for anti-Semitism that goes with this, but and like, whatever, social media, any platform or whatever, like, it's really hard to fight everything. It's hard to fight every one of the fights. And so I kind of like locked in. I was like, all right, I have the few fights that I'm going to fight. I'm not going to get into more fights. I'm not against the fights. So I'm not going to get into more fights, but I not only agree with you, but I'm inspired by you. Like, like, it's time. This is the fight to pick now. This is the fight to be loud about. Our sexual predator president is still our sexual predator president. Elon Musk still exists. All those things are still there, whatever. This is the fight to fight now. This is how we help the world. And really, we don't have a lot of weapons, but being loud in any platform that you have and calling your representatives is the platform. That's the weapon that we have. Yeah.
I also think talking with each other, we had Naquan and I had a friend. Naquan's my fiance. You know that, but we had a friend in from out of town on Friday. We went to dinner with him, and halfway through dinner, he brought it up, and we didn't talk about it for long, but just that simple act of bringing it up and talking about it and acknowledging that it's shitty and it feels shitty, like, just really fucking meant a lot to me. And I didn't realize, like, a little part of me is like holding my breath in every single fucking conversation these days, because I don't literally know who people are anymore. I think the events in the world, the events of the past 10 years have started to reveal who people are already, but this is really fucking revealing who people are. And I think bringing it up with the people in your lives, you're not going to solve the situation in Gaza at the dinner table with your family, but you should be talking about it at the dinner table with your family.
Yeah.
For 3 minutes, acknowledge it, and talk about it. For a long time, a lot of things do have two sides. Some things don't, and it annoys me when we get into, like, when I get into conversations with people who cannot see two sides to things. This one is one that, like, for a lot of people for a long time was dicey. Like, I don't fucking claim to understand the conflict there. It's the oldest. It's literally the oldest fight in the history of written word. So, like, what do I know about it? But what I do know now is that we're at a point where it is egregious. It is inhumane. And so there's no more. There is plenty of nuance within the situation. It's like, does never again mean never again or not?
Yeah, right.
Or does it only mean never again for certain people? Right. That's where we're at.
It's insane genocide. I mean, it's insane wiping. It's an intentional wipeout of people in the most horrific ways. It's like, the idea, the food. What's the word I'm looking for? Just the atrocities going on at the food banks and at the, like, that's the trains. That is the next version of. That's just this iteration of.
Yeah, it's Squid Games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. You feel so much for real, and like as a good thing. I think it's one of the things that draws me to you most. And so I hate to see you upset, but this is a good one to be upset about, and this is a good, for the people that listen. And I appreciate who stuck around. And if you didn't, fuck you, even though they're gone now. But I appreciate you putting it out there for us, man.
Thanks,
you
man.
Obviously care, and it shows. And it means a lot to me just being here, being able to be motivated and inspired by it. So
Yeah,
thanks for doing that, man.
thanks for letting me get this off my chest to start too.
Of course.
But now we can move into Carrie and Aiden's breakup.
Spoiler
Spoiler alert.
Take a drink first, and then whoopsies. We should, yeah.
Yeah, so we had episode 9 of it just like...
But anyone who stuck around through Gaza and then left because we spoiled that episode, fuck you too. We're cutting everyone tonight. Fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
Feels good. As did the breakup. Honestly, the breakup felt so good.
Yeah. So the credit where credit's due, flowers, I think we should give. There were, and I didn't know this since I don't know the original IP.
Yeah.
A lot of this was callbacks to the way that the breakups went, right? I guess like
third time she's done this to him.
Oof.
Yeah.
No wonder he's got such mental problems right now. He's lost his mind, and it shows because he acts like a simpleton.
Some of the writing was good this episode, right?
So here's my thing with it. Some of the writing was good if you look at the scene on its own without letting the characters ever have a moment before that scene. Like the fights they were having.
The writing of the breakup scene was great.
It was great.
Totally.
If you don't allow for the fact that a week ago she was like, I didn't tell you not to sleep with anyone else. I didn't tell you I'm not going to sleep with anyone else.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're in a fight over a guy that like it just nothing. Sitting there on its own watching this scene, it was a good scene.
Can I say though, I actually loved that she didn't bring the fact that he slept up with. She didn't bring it up.
But
I love that she didn't bring it up.
But she literally said, I'm going to do that. I'll wait for you, but I'm not going to like physically wait for you. Like of that was on the table. And the breakup scene was as a standalone scene was a great scene. And
great scene. Well directed, well acted, well written. Yeah. As was the Miranda stuff with the girlfriend. I thought it was really well done, actually. I was impressed.
Yeah. Me too. I was having a hard time, but I could get to the point where they're just like mature people who don't let that much. Like she threw a full glass bottle of gin down the trash chute, and then was like, "Yeah, so what I haven't told you is that I'm alcoholic." And then she was like, "Well, I have feelings about that, and sometimes I like to drink, and maybe that's my problem." And then they were like, "Okay, we're cool." But it was a mature.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was so mature. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also loved when she said, so what I'm hearing is my gin is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it worked great. On the other side of it, I was like, oh, maybe she's also a raging alcoholic. If you listen to it in a slightly different way, but I that's no fault to them. Just for funsies, if you watch it and listen to it in a slightly different way, she's also just a raging alcoholic who's only thinking about her gin and when she can drink next. Yeah. Flowers to them. It seemed less bonkers. Things are going less crazy. It feels more like what I expected the show to be all along. I do miss Sister Rosie O'Donnell. And frankly, I miss Che.
I know you miss Che.
I really miss Che.
But we did get a little Tay-Tay this episode, which I was really happy about.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little defensive for Tay. I'm not sure that you've earned the right to this, but big swing, flowers to you.
I would love to see the music supervisor's budget and see like what the pie chart of the budget for all the music and how much of the pie chart is for Taylor Swift.
It's been all AI.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
It's been royalty-free AI music up until this.
Yeah. How was your weekend? How was your week?
My week, well, my week was good. My weekend, all of it was good. The listeners and viewers don't know this, but the last couple of weeks I've bopped back into Queens, into New York to record and edit and get it back out because I've been in Connecticut doing my favorite summer activity, which is cosplaying as a rich white. My kids have been in summer camp. I've spent a lot of time at country clubs. I've been playing golf poorly. I've been doing all the things that you do in Connecticut for the summer. It's been lovely. My kids had a great time at the summer camp. Of course, on the last day of camp, both my kids had plans to go to different grandparents. So my wife and I were going to have the week kid free this week. And on the last day of camp, my daughter started showing symptoms of hand, foot, and mouth disease. which is gross. And painful for, it's not like they're not dangerous really. It's just like hurts, it's bumps. And they don't tell you this because I think that I think it couldn't go in the name because it would be less, it would be, I don't know, more problematic, but there's butt bumps too. There's like a lot of like, I just think hand, foot, butt, mouth would be like not great.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of bumps that are painful and irritating. And now instead of being kid free, I have a sad, in pain, sick daughter. But she's on the mend. And so, my golf game got a little better. My daughter's getting better now. I think it was the most hetero white middle class summer, pretending to be upper middle class summer week I could have had.
Wow.
What about you? What was your week like?
You know the story I'm about to tell.
I just wanted to set you up with the most boring fucking white bread middle of the road weekend and week that I could. Tell me about yours now.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we had a friend in from out of town. We went to dinner with him Friday night. We're in the Lower East Side, so we went after dinner. We were going to go get a drink. We went to Nowhere Bar first, gay bar on 14th Street, and then he had never been to the Cock before, which is on the Lower East Side, gay bar, famous, legendary gay bar. And so we went to the Cock, and we were at the Cock, and I was standing by myself at one moment. And
hold on. Were you standing by yourself or were you on a lap by yourself?
I was standing. I was chilling.
Okay,
I was just
you were
chilling.
chilling. You were chilling.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then a very handsome, nice man came up and said, "Are you the guy from the podcast?" Which is the first time in my life I've ever been recognized.
Sure, it's 5 weeks, and it's 5 weeks of you saying you don't like putting yourself out there. You're not sure how that feels.
Yeah,
it's very new to you. And
so the first time I've been recognized has been in the Cock. So I'll always have the Cock.
Maybe that's our new tagline.
Yeah. But shout out to Dan from Albuquerque, who's a fan of the, and he specifically said how handsome you were. And he told me to tell you, if you flutter your eyelids fast enough, he thinks you just might float away. So I'm just here. I'm just a conduit.
That's wonderful. Oh, well, how did it go with Dan? Did you get to know him? Are you pen pals now? Did you hang out?
Yeah. I might have had a little moment. A little moment with Dan. Fan service, fan service. You, I think it's fair to say that like right now you're outranking Wilt Chamberlain, Gene Simmons, as far as percentage goes, scoring percentage. You're batting 1,000 right now. You're 100%, and I'm very impressed. I just want my fans to know that the doors are open.
You're a man of the people. You give the people what they want. I just love, I have been since we talked about this a few days ago, preparing for this. I have been so excited to put together my weekend and your weekend. Just closing up shop in Connecticut with a sick child to get home, and you just guest fan servicing at the Cock, getting recognized. But hey, man, good for you, and you deserve that. You should get recognized.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
And I will work on fluttering my eyelids. Eyelashes? Eyelid sounds kind of weird.
He said eyelashes.
He said eyelashes. Okay, great.
What did I said? Eyelids.
You said eyelids. Yeah, that's a little Hannibal Lecter, but
he definitely said eyelashes.
Cool. Dan from Albuquerque, you did it right.
Yeah. Everybody talks about your eyelashes, please.
No one has yet to talk about my eyelids, so you're right. It's the eyelashes. I had one other thing happen this past week that I think really fits this moment. I had a fan reach out. Oh, also someone said, what about Bromos? What do you think about Bromos? Yeah,
Bromos is good. Also, I had one.
Shout out to our viewer on YouTube who threw out Bromos because I like that one.
Naquan had one. I'll text him while you talk.
Okay.
And tell your story.
So a no homer / bromo / whatever we're about to learn reached out to say that after the conversation Tom and I had last week about and we have many weeks about you flirting with me and how I feel about that he reached out to one of his gay friends and basically said, hey man, just wondering, like, do you find me attractive? And the gay friend was like, yeah, man, I think you're super cute. And he said, well, I just wondering, like, what do you not feel like you could flirt with? Like, why would you not say that to me? And the guy was like, well, you're taken, like you're married. And I just like, that's not really on the table. But yeah, I think you're super hot. Like, yes, I think you're very cute. And it made him feel, the straight guy was saying it made him feel really good. And I think that is, and frankly, it's kind of always been in the back of my mind, is that's the best service we can offer from this podcast and from our platform is, listen, there is a male loneliness epidemic in the country. There is a void of love from men and to like, not whatever. There's a problem with men and love and how they experience it and how they accept it and how they give it and how they show it. And I'm telling you, there would be less of a loneliness issue if you just make some gay friends and let them flirt with you. It's the best you're ever going to feel. It's
I mean, you can feel a little better.
What would feel better?
There are some ways to feel a little better, but yes.
And you know what? If you and your gay friend decide you want to go down that path, that is totally cool too. And if you don't want to go down that path with your gay friends as a straight man out there, then take the flirting, take the compliments, take the gas ups, and know that they'll probably give you a really good blowjob if you want it.
That's right. But I think it's on the straight men to somehow let the gay men know that it's okay, because I think sometimes we're scared.
100%. Absolutely. There's something to be said for like being friends with a gay man is being friends with a man. So if you think about like if you're straight and you like women and you flirt with women, but also like you want to be friends with women, you want to be friends with your friends' wives or women, and like you're not gonna actively be making it clear you're trying to fuck them all the time, but you might be attracted to them. Well, like I don't know why this is some kind of like surprising headline. Gay men are men. They're thinking the same. They're not looking at the same target as you, but they are thinking the same things you are, which is like, it's cool that we can be friends. Also, I'd probably fuck if you gave me the chance. Like
totally.
And so, to anyone else out there who is feeling like maybe you could use a compliment, make sure you have some gay friends and ask them if they think you're cute. I promise you, someone, even if they're lying, they will make the most honest sounding, genuine lie. And as a man, I think you understand a man's brain. They probably do it no matter what.
Yeah. And report back, please. Tell us your stories.
Yeah. Let us know. Please do. Please let us know. Yeah, we need more of that. We need audience interaction, and specifically about these. I think that I want to hear from our. Oh, he hasn't responded yet. We're waiting for Nick to respond.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear from the Bromo/No Homers. About your encounters, whether you're gay with straight friends, whether you're straight with gay friends. I'm interested in how that's going out there. I think that we can be, obviously we have done it already this episode. There are bigger things to deal with and to put out there into the world. I think that in a small way, we could start a wave moving through society that is going to make men feel less lonely by being less homophobic and letting gay dudes flirt with them sometimes.
Woof. I'm here for it. I would love for that to be my legacy.
Yeah, right. What if we could be the tip of the spear of something beautiful? And we're not just the tip of the spear. It exists out there. People have already figured this out. But I'm just saying, we have a platform now. We could really heal. We could heal what's happening right now.
Bro, I would love to see the tip of your spear.
Yeah. I didn't do that intentionally, but as it went out there, I thought, oh, Jesus.
What's on your mind this week, man?
Oh, well, I guess here's the thing. We spend a lot of time talking about how and when and why we've been angry, and we spend time being angry. And I think that that's interesting, and I don't want to spend all this time being angry, but I do think that we've discussed, like, let's look at what is behind that. Let's look at what's going on with that. My therapist has always said that, shout out Megan. This might be the first time, 6 episodes in. Shout out Megan. Been with her for 8 years. It has helped me so much. Also do that, guys. Get a gay friend and go to therapy. Straight men out there, get a gay friend, go to therapy. But my therapist has always said, anger
in that order.
In that order.
Yeah.
My therapist has always said anger is a secondary emotion, that there's always something behind that. There's something fueling anger. And so I think it's been interesting in my own life to look at that and to look at what's the primary emotion, what is causing that anger. And it can be different all the time. But kind of like with that in mind, this past week, the Atlantic reposted. I saw a post. I thought it was a new article. It was a repost from 2022 called "Why Is Dad So Mad?" And it was kind of this article that was like amalgamating all the reasons that modern dads are also ending up stressed and mad and angry. And it's like part of it is because the goalpost of masculinity keeps moving. You know, part of it is like if we are encouraged to do more at the home, and be more part of the what women are doing more. They're making more money now. Like my wife has been the higher breadwinner in our family all along. Like a lot of this stuff is I do a lot with my kids because I'm the one that's home. I work remotely, and my so all those things like feel like things to be proud of, and then part of society kind of looks down on them, and then there's times when like we're still not catching up quick enough, and I think there's valid points to all that. There's valid complaints there, but it can be like frustrating, to scale as a man to be like, I'm fucking trying to do it differently than my dad did, than the men that raised me did, and it still feels like I'm falling short, and I don't even understand what masculinity is because we're trying to update it, but no one seems to agree on what that even means. And I get that. So this article from 3 years ago was the main point of the article, or what I took from it. And then I was kind of thinking more, and as a parent for sure, but also just as a dude and as a person, kind of like we were saying about Gaza, like the world is fucking crazy right now. And like, I understand that it's often always like there's a lot of craziness a lot of the time, but it feels like if we're trying to act like you shouldn't be mad right now, like there's just like we can't even spend time on what's going on with Epstein right now. We can't even spend time on what's going on with that right now. We can Diddy came and went, and that comes down to like legal jargon, like legal specifics, but still women are being abused. And like the Canadian hockey players that just got off, like I don't know the details. I'm not trying to accuse any men of anything, but this is a conversation we have to have all the time because women are being abused, aggressively, rampantly abused, and we're just supposed to like, well, did she really ask for it? Was she consenting to all of this? To what degree? And like having to have that fed into my mind makes me bonkers. And one of the things that makes me most mad about that is that then that stress carries over into how I raise my kids, and my kids see it, and I get stressed at work, and my work stress is a lot of the same things, like when people lie, when people steal, when people don't hold themselves accountable, don't take accountability for their mistakes or their choices. Those things make me mad, and I carry it, and then I consciously think, okay, I'm gonna make sure not to bring my kids. I'm gonna change the way that my kids see things. I'm gonna be part of what refocuses the world, so my kids don't have to deal with that. But the stress that's in me comes out, and I'm like short with my kids, and like this past week was something like really came into focus for me because my son, who's 6, he's learning to ride a bike. And shout out Guardian Bikes, by the way. I needed to say that real quick. Shout out Guardian Bikes. Thank you for the balance bike and if you have a kid learn to ride a bike, balance bikes are the way to go. Guardian's a great choice. They're not a real sponsor, but they hooked up
UGC, right? Did I use that right? You
did use it right. You have to do it. It has to be ethereal like that. You have to have it in the background. UGC. But this week he moved from a balance bike to a pedal bike, and so he was starting to try to do it, and he had a couple of like good runs, and he could do it for a moment. He was pretty successful at it. That's kind of want to give them a shout out. Their process works really well. And then he had a day where he was just terrified. Last, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday, he like couldn't do it. It got mixed up in his head, and I get it. Like you have to go a little faster on a bike to get the gyroscopic of staying balanced, but going faster is scary if you don't know what you're doing. And so he's like going really slow and wobbling the whole time, and he's like getting really upset about it. And he's crying, and he's like not listening. He's not able to comprehend what I'm saying. And I'm saying like, if you go a little faster, it's going to work. And I'm failing at my job at my attempt to not mirror and match his emotions, but help him emotionally regulate, giving him a base that he can regulate from. And I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm getting worked up with him. And at one point I like stepped away to kind of like take a breath, and he's crying, and he goes, "Are you mad at me?" And I was like, "No. Fuck, dude, like, no, I'm not." And I hate so much that in that moment when he needed someone, what he thought was happening was that his dad was mad at him, and it fucking broke my heart. And I was thinking, like, when I was a kid, that's one of the things I remembered. I think that's where some of my anger comes from, like, is having anger modeled around me, and like understand, like trying to figure out where anger was coming from, and like how anger was, like how I interpreted anger from other people, and how I presented anger to other people. And I had this, like, it was like a huge like whirlwind of shit happening in that one moment of like let's go ahead and cut my parents some slack that I'm not always doing about like when they were angry. Yeah, you get fed up. It's hard. Like there's even at a time when there wasn't the internet and there wasn't Diddy and there wasn't Trump, still there was stresses and there's things, so I'm interpreting things as a 5 and 6 year old that are hurting and putting anxiety on me. And it's just like my parents were young. It's just a 26-year-old dude trying, and like, and that is one side of it. And the other side is like stressing myself out now and feeling so, I don't know, so disappointed in myself and so worried because like my son saying that in a time of need and him thinking that I'm angry at him was, I hated that.
Yeah.
But even then, like I hated it and I tried to fix it in that moment. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm not angry at you. I just don't always know how to control my emotions. I'm scared for you too. I'm frustrated along with you. And I don't know how to show that in a way that makes sense. I am not angry at you. We kind of talked through it. And then, I don't want to sound like I fixed it all because 2 hours later we were at the pool because there's a backyard pool because we're cosplaying as rich whites in Connecticut. And he just goes Dad, you look kind of fat. And I don't know where it came from and whatever. And it was a moment that I could help him learn how, like you don't just say things you see about people because that doesn't always feel good. I could have calmly handled that moment, but frankly, I'm in a time when I don't feel great about myself and I feel kind of out of shape.
I think this is the best you've ever looked.
We're back to thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So he's wrong. I wasn't
even trying to set you up for that, but thank you.
He's wrong.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And like those, by the way, I don't want to fat shame. Those two things can go together. There's no reason that you can't carry your own weight well, whatever it is. Like I just personally don't like the weight that I'm carrying at this moment. My 6-year-old son, there's no reason for him to know that. He should not have an awareness of that at all. I can work on teaching him how to.
So did you get angry in that moment too?
Kind of. I handled it more as a coach and as an educator. But I definitely had like defensiveness to my tone to the extent that like I watched him react to it. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I did it again. Like right away, I just like showed my poker face was nothing. I could not regulate before it came out. And I was saying the words that were more like, we don't talk to people like that. It's there's nothing wrong with a person's body. We just don't always, what I said was, you're pretty short. I don't tell you you're short all the time. Like, it's okay to be short. It's okay to be tall. It's okay your body's your body. But I did it with a fucking shitty tone because it hurt my feelings, Yeah. And so later I did say like, hey bud, when you said that earlier, I think that what I said was true. Like, I think we want to watch out what we say about people's bodies and what we see about a person, but also I was just I'm sorry I was mean. That was me. I feel like I'm very strong right now and I don't feel like I can always keep up with you and I want to be in better shape and more whatever. But I'm really sorry that I came across like that. And he said, Dad, can you turn the music back on? And I said, sure, man.
It's amazing. I mean, I think we know we both sort of wanted to start the podcast. One of the reasons we both had is we were both feeling so angry. Mm-hmm. I've never felt as angry as I have since last November, since the election. Mm-hmm. And I've been angry at, feeling like I can't talk about what's going on in the world with my family, like getting very clear feedback in different ways that people just don't really want to talk about it. And that's just made me unhinged, and really scared for, my anger is coming from, I've said this, I think on the last episode, a lot of my anger is coming from the fear I have for my 2 nieces and my nephew about what the world is going to be. And so I don't understand why the rest of my family isn't right there with me. Let's talk about it. What are the problems? Like, what's going on with this world? And I'm confident that they're all, I think, on the same page with me about what we wish the world should be, but people just don't want to talk about it. Everybody just wants to I don't know. It's like, it's frustrating. So this podcast has been an outlet for me to try and get some of this stuff off my chest and also feel like I'm like, I don't know, I hope we're doing something for the world. And I know we don't have like a huge, fan base, but
we're solving male loneliness.
We're solving male loneliness
and fixing the male loneliness.
I just want to feel like I'm being active and putting it out there. But I was thinking about what you said about where the anger is coming from and it being underneath another emotion. I'm thinking specifically about 2 cousins that I have, one on either side of my family, one from my mom's side, one from my dad's side, both of whom I really liked, both older, one a girl, one a boy. The boy especially was like my older other cool cousin like my entire life. The one that I looked up to, I emulated, I wanted to be.
For sure. How many times a year would you like see him?
I mean, multiple times a month.
Okay, you're close.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Especially when we were growing up. That changed as we got older. But like he got me into Star Wars. Like I really like. He was an important part of my life, and the girl too. I didn't see her as much, but like I always really liked her. She was really cool growing up, and I found out that they both voted for Trump after the election, and it's something that consumes me with rage. I think about it all the time. I haven't had conversations with either of them since I found this out. I'm scared to. I'm scared about what I would say. I'm angry about the way they're shitting on both of my grandfathers. Fought in World War II, fought against fascism, fought against. And I'm a gay man who is hoping to marry another gay man who happens to be black. And so I'm angry that they are voting for Project 2025. And I am at this point, I mean, I don't want them at my wedding. I don't really want to ever see them again. I don't want them in my life. And I hate how that makes me feel. I hate that I'm saying that out loud. I doubt either of them's going to listen to this podcast. So, and if they do, hey guys, this is how I'm feeling, you fucking assholes. But I heard what you said earlier, and I'm getting angry right now telling you all this, but I'm realizing that really what's underneath it is like heartbreak. Heartbreak of learning who they are, and not ever really thinking that was the case. And so I have to try and remember that. But I guess the thing I want to like pose to both of us is like, what are we doing to address our anger? And like, what are you doing? I know for me, I want to share, you've heard this already, but I got trained in transcendental meditation in 2017. So it's been a while now. I've gotten lax, obviously, a little bit the last year, which is really stupid. I'm talking about how angry I am. This is the time I need it more than ever. But the no homies. That was Naquan.
Oh, okay.
That was Naquan.
Pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. The no homies.
Yeah. That might be it. I like
so
that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Naquan. Nice work, man.
Yeah. The no homies. So I got trained in transcendental meditation. It is a form of meditation where you meditate every day. You meditate when you first wake up in the morning. It's supposed to be the first thing you do, and as close to 4 o'clock as you can, 20 minutes each time. You get trained. In order to get trained in transcendental meditation, you have to go to a place. They're all over the world. There's a couple in New York City, and it's a 4-day training, and the trainings are like 90 minutes. So it's 90 minutes, 4 days in a row. And you have to do it 4 days in a row. And they basically like teach you how to do it. It's very easy. They give you a mantra. I will say that the first
What
day,
is it? I'm just
you can't say it out loud. I've never said it. Ever since they've told me, I've never said it out loud. The first day you go, you get brought into a room with your teacher, and the teacher assigns you your mantra, and that's the only time that it's said out loud. You also have to bring flowers and a piece of fruit, and you lay them down in front of a photograph of the man who started transcendental meditation. That's the kookiest part. I'm not going to lie.
That's kooky, but if that's the kookiest it gets, then great.
That's the kookiest it gets.
Great.
And then the rest of the time, they're just teaching you how to do it, which takes all of like 30 seconds. I'm about to tell you how to do it. And then you just and then you go home and you do it, and then you come back the next day, and the whole class sits around and everybody asks questions about what happened, how did it go while you did it, and then again the next day, because there's basically like different things come up, and you ask about what happens when this happens. But basically, you just sit down with your eyes closed and you think the mantra over and over again in your head for 20 minutes. And what happens is thoughts come in, because that's what happens. That our brains are supposed to do that. Yeah. And as soon as you realize that you've stopped thinking the mantra, you calmly go back to the mantra. You don't get mad at yourself. You just slowly go back to it. And it happens over and over and over again. But you do sometimes get to a point where you actually stop thinking about the mantra, but the thoughts go away as well. And it's like you transcend. It's blissful. I'm about to say something insane, but it's true. It's the closest thing to an orgasm I've ever felt in my life. That's not an orgasm. And the really amazing part is what it does to your life. And for me, the number one thing I noticed it does is it gives me extra time before I react. When something happens that would make me angry, I have these like precious, they have a name for it, the golden something, or I'm not remembering the name, but there's a name for this. I'm not the only one who's experienced this kind of thing, but it just gives you this little bit of time to react so you can change your reaction. Because that's my problem. It happens to me with emails. I get an email that pisses me off and I'm immediately like, and if it's like if I could just say like take an hour, take some breaths before I respond to an email, so much of my life would have been better. I've text messages. I respond too quickly on the text message.
Yeah.
So I'm no shining example here. I have a lot of work to do, but that's something I'm working on. But I don't know, like what are other things we can do?
I think that's I hate it. This is like and not to just give all my therapist all the time in one episode, but like we talk about this all the time. Like I've kind of just described the reason I get angry as I know it's fear. Like I know most of it is fear based once you get down to it. Like I was bullied when I was a kid. I've got whatever throughout my life that like in the formative years, blah, 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 whatever that like gave me reason to not trust people as a whole and to have like a residual, like a fear that exists. And I kind of feel like a lot of the time, like I'm in The Revenant and I'm just like in the woods and like all of it is like, okay, I'm cool for the moment, but there might be a bear at any moment. So I'm like always kind of living in a hypervigilance, ready to fight in a fight of any kind, fight on any level, ready to fight kind of stance. And Megan has said like, okay, cool. Yes. Like that is the world. It's hard to argue that's not what the world can be like. So let's just like learn how to see that as we'll build you a little hut and we'll build you a fire and we'll like get you some fur and we'll like yes, you are alone. The world that we have each other, we have our tribe, we have our loved ones, but at the end of the day, we're alone, and that can be a warm thing and not a scary thing. And it doesn't always, like I can't keep that in mind all the time. Meditation helps. I've never been trained or tried transcendental meditation. I just do the regular old, over-the-counter meditation. And when I can remember to do it or when I can like fits in my schedule,
Do you notice that it helps?
100% yes.
Yeah.
And it's about that thing. It's not about I'm sure it is both. But for me, it's not about the absence of thought, that time to rest your brain. It's about learning to forgive yourself every time you have those moments. Every time you go away, okay, you come back. Yeah. Because when I'm meditating, it takes me weeks. It takes me weeks of being in the practice of meditation to get past the point where I'm angry at myself when I'll be, I don't have a word, I don't have a phrase, I don't have a thing, but I'm just like listening to Tamara Levitt on Calm, like talk about whatever, and then we'll take, 45 seconds of silence to be still and just focus on breath and whatever. And then I don't. And then I go through like, oh, fucking come on, man. I'm such an idiot. Like, let's get back. Come on, get back. And then like it's such a process in and of itself, getting past that part. Yeah. And that part, whenever I can get to the point that I am okay with myself when I get lost and I come back, then I feel that I am better at that across the board. I have that moment of like, okay, I'm gonna come back. You're gonna come back. We're gonna take a moment. We're gonna like, even if it's like, one of the things that I've talked about a lot in therapy is like I don't want to let people off the hook. People suck a lot. Yeah. People fuck up a lot, and there's misunderstanding. There are people trying their best, and it just doesn't. Whatever happens, they're also shitty people. Like that exists. I'm not going to act like there aren't shitty people. And she always says, "Yeah, but feeling better is not for them. It's for you. It's for me." And so, like, if it's a work thing, and they deserve to be told they did it wrong, great. Yeah. But if you can do that without the cortisol and the vitriol in your body, then it helps everyone. Yeah. You're going to get your point across better, and you're not going to die so early because it doesn't hurt so much in your body.
Yeah, totally. There's another school of thought with meditating with the thoughts, which is like sitting on the side of a river, and your thoughts are just, you see them in the river. So rather than even like letting yourself, instead of forgiving yourself for having the thought, it's more of like, oh, look, there's a thought. And you just watch it float away, and then you see the next one, and it's so yeah, different strokes. I think another thing that could really help with like if sometimes that bear that you're seeing, the relevant bear, sometimes if you think of it as like a gay bear that could give you a blowjob, that can help with anger as well. So I just want to plant that seed.
I'm joking. You're so good at staying on brand. I'm so glad that we have a brand.
Do you know what it's time for?
Well, I do.
Who would you fight? Who would you fight? Pow, pow. I'll go first this time.
You go first.
I'm sticking to my usual. Obviously, I'm on some sort of crusade. I obviously have a problem with how people behave online. And I hate social media, but I want everybody to do it differently.
You're the most woke cranky old man I've ever seen. You're like the hottest, funnest, most woke, cranky old man I've ever seen.
I am. I want to fight people that use the phrase "it me" on social media. Anybody, grown adults, kids. What? Where did it come from? So correct me if I'm wrong. My interpretation is people will post some cute little meme, like a some sort of it's like a panda, and the panda's pants fell down at the ocean or some bullshit, and then people will write "it me" and they'll post it to their stories. Like, why? What? And these are grown, literate adults with real jobs in the world. Where did it come from? Why are people dropping the contraction, the rest of the sentence?
Yeah.
Can you shed any light on this phrase?
I mean, if I were to take a guess, I think that it makes it sound like a baby. I think baby talk, like people think that it's cute and fun. It can be like take the pressure off of a thing. So
okay, I can tell that that's part of it, and that's part of what I'm responding to.
Sure.
No,
well, listen,
I don't like
as the father of 2 children who have moved past baby talk, I fucking hate it when my kids talk baby talk, and I really hate it when adults talk baby talk. I'm with you on that.
Also, what do you want me to feel as a viewer when I see? What do you want me to think about you? I want people to, next time someone goes to do it, I want them to think through honestly what they think it's going to make someone else feel, because we're not feeling what you think we're feeling. None of us are. None of us are feeling that.
But listen, if there are any no homies out there who are into graphic design and they got some time to kill and they want to make us some art that is no homo branded with a panda whose pants are falling down at the ocean, I would love to have that art. And we'll write "it me."
All right, who would you fight?
I want to fight whoever at Disney, and I'm pretty sure Disney started it. So from Iker down, whoever did this, whoever started calling the movies live action when they have animals or dragons or fucking genies or magic. It's not fucking live action. Don't call it live. You're just exploiting another generation of kids to get the money for the movie you already made. Just call it whatever you call. Do that. I don't care if you do that. Do it. Just don't call it fucking live action. I have to explain to my kid that dragons aren't real because it's a live action How to Train Your Dragon. It's not live action.
Bro, you're gain, bro. You're gain.
Oh, no, I peeked out.
Did you do this one before? Is it in the vault?
I told you. It was a test episode. I told you that already.
Shit.
But if this is what we're doing, you know what I did 2 weeks ago? I did "It's Me" from voicemail, but you just followed me up with "It Me" today. So, all right.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was going to let that slide, but no, did you do this one before? Yeah, fucking in the vault. Because the other one I had was too wordy. I couldn't get it short enough to do tonight. I got to work on the edits. I got to get some punch ups. I got to call some script doctor friends and get my "Who Would You Fight" better. Listen, I think that I've been tasking the audience with a lot today. But listen, no homies, if there's anyone that you want to fight and you want to submit, I think that we should take that and we should. I don't know how
do they tell us?
I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure out how to tell us. DM us, comment on a post, like whatever.
Yeah. DM.
Yeah, DM us. Yeah, comment on YouTube. Comment on one of the clips. I don't know. I don't have a plan for you. You're an adult. Figure it out. Like,
Google how to call your representatives, please.
Google how to call your representatives and how to leave no homo a post about who you'd fight. Those are the 2 things that Jem and I can tell you.
All right, am I reading or are you reading?
I think that you should. I stumbled so hard.
Yeah, you bombed it last weekend.
I
All right.
really did.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe to No Homo with Jonathan and Tom on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Graphics and music by Matt Ladner. The opinions expressed on this podcast are solely those of the hosts and are intended for entertainment purposes only. Thank you.
Wow.
Love you, bro.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.